Okay. Yep. Good evening, everyone. Thanks for having us. Yeah, I would like to say thank you first and start my session. Thank you, Uttar Pradesh Power BI Club. Thanks for having us. Today, this is Arun Kumar Agnuru, and I have like co-speaker Vikram Badam, and we're gonna discuss about Microsoft Fabric. And I go into the title next slide. Yeah. Okay. Let me start. Yep. Today we are mostly focused on like AI tools, like which is like a market trend is right now it's going on, and we would like to discuss today on AI powered insights, boosting data performance across enterprise fabric stacks. Before we jump into this topic, I just would like to like introduce myself. I am working as like a senior database administrator and having like 17 plus years of industry experience, and most of my industry experience in real estate wing. So I know like a lot of about the property data and how the other real estate wings works, and those and coming to my background, I'm a like database administrator, and most of like I know about these things about like as a like database administrator and a little bit of like developing and engineering skills as well. Right now we are using Microsoft Fabric and Power BI. And I would like to let Vikram speak about himself. Vikram, go ahead and just tell about
Sure.
yourself. Yeah.
Sure. Thanks for passing on to me to introduce myself. First, I would like to thank UP for having us here to speak on this session. It's an honor and privilege to speak in this session at least. So, before I introduce myself, I would like to thank my co-speaker as well for sharing this knowledge and making me part of this session. Yeah. To introduce myself, I myself Vikram Reddy Badam. I have I am a senior database engineer. I work as a senior database engineer in financial domain. I've been working in this IT industry like from last 13 around 14 years of experience I have. I worked on multiple data warehousing tools, technologies across the enterprise, technologies in financial domain. I have good extensive experience in database design, development, and implementation across multiple large-scale databases like SQL Server and Teradata. And I do have reporting experience as well in the financial domain for federal regulatory reporting. I have played a crucial role in my current assignment as well in the regulatory reporting area. I specialize in kind of data reconciliation and compliance reporting, data migration. I kind of do optimization, performance. All these are my strengths. I enjoy transforming the real-time data into actionable insight. Uh, that's where I spend a lot of time and I enjoy working in across the data. I am also passionate about leveraging the modern technologies, including this AI, uh, and do a lot of analysis tasks, audit, work on the audit, internal audits, since I work on majorly on the regulatory area. So I play around the data, and I love working across the data tools, implementing the latest technologies, and which will be used for improving the performance or remediate the data anomalies, resolve the data quality issues. And also, I certified in Azure Fundamental and also Alteryx Code Designer. So yeah, that's about it. Yeah, we will go over this current session and we will take the any questions at the end of the session. For today, we will go over this Microsoft Fabric and how this AI how we can implement the AI in this Microsoft Fabric. Now I can pass it on to Aaron. Please take it over.
Yep, thank you, Grim. Thanks for the introduction. And today, mostly we are focusing on like um, Fabric, Microsoft Fabric, how it is like helping like Power BI. And before we jump in there, like I just want to just like basic introduction on like Power BI and Fabric. So Power BI, it's like everybody known as like a reporting tool, and it is upgrading like eventually. And right now, like most of the people turn into like apps. Yes, like enterprise companies are like turned already into like apps, and now a few of the people are like middle of the migrations, and the migrations are going in that industry. And whenever like a large scale of the data, like right now, data can be from any source, and I used to see the industry was like okay, like some people can have like only SQL shop, some people can have only Oracle shop, some people can have only like some certain type of the data. And since industry is like changing faster, and data is growing, and now like the data is can be like a different types, and Fabric, especially Fabric, is helping like analyzing the data backend and any of the source. Like right now, as I know, this like as we are working in real estate industry, mostly we are working like in data lakes and Synapse, Power BI, Databricks, Snowflake. So it is like just like doing like some backend analyze and providing like some. Yes, I agree. Power BI also having like Copilot option, and the fabric on top of it also goes putting like Copilot fabric. So whenever like it's like pull the data from using like fabric tools, like it is like just like a backend, like it's using like less resources and getting like a more cleansed data, and it's like more accurate. And as I said earlier, like it is using like multiple tools backend. And today agenda mostly we discuss about like Power BI and Fabric. Mostly we focus on like how the Fabric is like changing this industry. And right now industry challenges and architecture, how they are like building the architecture, and what kind of challenges they are facing. Um, yeah, definitely when it comes to like better features, it comes with the cost, licensing, and other parts. And some of the companies are having like security related issues and complaints, and governance, data governance issues. Like we can go ahead and like talk about in the next slides. So mostly focus on fabric, as well as we're gonna like focus on like machine learning and synapse and Power BI tools, and how it is going to impact the industry, how it is going to help the like higher management to take the decisions. Like some reports like they needed like a yeah, means like a they need like a slices like as they need it, and laymen also need to like pull a report, and that's how like AI tools today it's going to help, especially some people some other people who has like a more business knowledge and like technical. Earlier they used to depend on like developers and like some of the IT guy, and request them to like prepare some report, and later they used to pull. Now Copilot is helping them, and you can just like put like some a request like okay, I want a sales report on a specific region, or else I want a sales report on a specific geolocation, or like last month report or anything. Like if they can just type in a Copilot can like try to help them to like pull the data and visualize to them, and they can, based on that, they can proceed with their um, future assignments, or like a future decisions or anything. So we are going to talk about like some how the Azure Power works, and how the cost works and FinOps, and we'll take up the questions in a middle also. It's fine, just like shoot up in the chat, me or like my co-speaker can pick up and try to answer. Yeah, before jumping to the session, we are like upgrading ourselves every day. And is there any like backlog, or like is there any improvement for us? Is there any recommendations for us, like where the area to improve or anything? Just suggest us, and you can reach us like in LinkedIn, and we gonna provide that information at the end. Okay, I'm going to the like just I'm trying to like use this slide by slide instead of the slideshow. So whenever I'm turning to the slideshow, some of the I'm not able to move the cursors. Some issues are happening. Sorry for my end. Um, Today we mostly let's go into like mostly I'm gonna pick up like a Microsoft Azure, because like we are talking about like Azure tools. So there are like for a few people who are like are using like AWS or like Google, whatever it is, like they are using like these tools for like their better like um, reports and um, decisions, like there's like a company like financial decisions or anything, they're depending on them. um, AI powered insights boosting data performance across enterprise fabric stacks. So discover how artificial intelligence is transforming data performance in Microsoft-centric enterprise environments. It is. I am talking about enterprise environments because me and like Vikram, like we coming from the enterprise environment, but I happen to speak with like few of the startup companies, and they also using like everybody like playing with their data and trying to like provide like a fast information to the users and make business out of it. So um, enabling fast decisions, making measurable business outcomes. It's nowadays what happen is like a report can be wait for like a day earlier, but now it's like they need it in a seconds. Based on that, like the decisions will be like made. We need to be like a means the the report. The thing is like AI can provide the answer. So what's your name? It can pick anything, but it's the thing of AI is like just answer to your question. That's it. Like you need to like make sure how much how much like whether you can depend that answer, or like you need to like put your our brain on top of it and take the decision. um, Let me know if I'm going like little fast, and or any issues from my end, I can try to adjust myself. So today's session overview is the session is more into like a technical integration of advanced AI capabilities with Microsoft Fabric ecosystem, focusing on like practical applications and architectural considerations. So enhanced data performance is like a more a priority, and unlocking some new insights. Real world AI integrations, how it is going right now is a cross-sector case studies demonstrating AI success across enterprise environments, highlighting Tangle, ROI, and implementation best practices on Azure data platforms. I'm just trying to read the slide, so if anybody like watching from mobile, so they can't read that small font, so I just want to like loud out so that like people can hear what I just mentioned in this box. So the most of the industry a few years ago it was a cloud. Now it is like everybody like towards like AI integrations. AI integrations definitely helping like better decisions, and definitely it is helping like most of the people to like learn like a lot of things. And I'm like very new to the Power BI or like Fabric. I just want to pull like some certain data. Mostly like a market trend work speaks on sales. That's why I'm just picking like sales as an example. So um, excuse me. Mostly like what happen is every company runs on sales, and they need to like pull the sales report a lot in any company. And uh, and the reports, I keep on repeating this, but like a report should be accurate. And if I see some report based on that I take the decision, I don't want the report should be wrong. So whenever I'm trying to pull, a definitely help. Okay, I say like okay, sales August report. it will ask like, okay, do you need like 2025, or like do you need like 2024, or like what kind of like data you're trying to pull. So the way I can like reframe my question, even though I just put like some grammar mistakes or like here and there, like I jumble the words, it can understand and try to help me. Definitely this is like gonna like make crucial role into the industry. And we are mostly focusing on like four critical pillars today, um, especially like a deep dive into like data visualization. Yes, everybody agrees. Like it we're gonna have like a nice colors, nice graphical, and um, means visualization always helps. So suddenly, like some people say, like okay, like a random report, like a grayscale. So they like focus more into that screen, and this way, like colors and like attractive, like designs, definitely that it can improve your like focus. This is my thing. Like I just like that's what I feel. Um, so with Power BI, ML Ops, with Azure Machine Learning, scalable data warehousing with unified analytics platforms like Synapse. So whenever like its analytic comes, maybe like in next slides we're gonna talk about like some LLMs, but like analytics every time it can like if I'm answering something, I learn something from the answer, and like I can store that kind of like a input. I train myself. That is like mostly I is doing, and that's how like every day it's increasing that accuracy and data cleanness. So and let's go about like a scalable data warehousing with uh, analytic platforms. So warehouse can have like multiple set of data, multiple data sources, and whenever like I'm talking about analytics, the data sources any of it, and it can be joined like multiple data sets, and I need something. So Fabric definitely playing like major role there, and like try to like provide you like a accurate information like Synapse. So, and advanced like natural language processing with large language models. Next slide, definitely we're going to talk about like LLMs, and LLMs is like kind of like um, a major source for like a take the decisions, and actionable guidance. Practically few of like operationalizing like AI with Microsoft Fabric ecosystem. How how we gonna cover like a data governance? How we gonna cover about like a security performance? How about like sorry, security decisions? How about we're going to talk about like performance optimization? And major thing here is I can talk about like whenever like we want to implement something in it like a industry and if anything. First, like I did not mention here, but like most of it is like cost. How much cost that gonna be like uh, put on something else. If it is a startup and they want to like implement something, maybe the cost can be like high. They need like some subsidies from the like Microsoft or like whatever the source they are choosing. So I did not mention cost here, but I just want to talk about the cost. When the cost comes like licensing part and everything is fine and you're okay with it. So next comes like what kind of data you are using. Whether like you are using like the guidelines, the regulations. So that way like we need to like take some decision on it. And coming to the security, yes, what kind of data we are going to provide them, and what kind of like a channel of security. So if I'm like a salesperson, I'm trying to pull like some like higher management reports, is it okay? So that's like a question to like who gonna give that access towards like any of the report. So majorly even it was there in like before Power BI and PBI.com, and even like in Fabric, security is like a major role. Whenever like especially I'm a like administrator, and like most of the time we question back and forth questions. So we need to make sure we have like a full privileges and something like we cannot like just blindly go ahead and provide like a access or anything. We want to make sure the business justification is needed at like any of the security that I can just I just wanna whoever like is upcoming like administrators, and I can recommend them. Even like somebody came and said like, okay, might be your manager or somebody, and just ask some security. So saying that, oh, can I have that full access on this particular report? My each question should be pop up. Is it like a, is it really worth for that like particular guy? And what is his role? And what exactly, how are you going to use it? And those kind of like questions you need to pop up and take the decision and I can proceed. And major thing is like performance optimization. Performance optimization is like a, when earlier on-prem, it's like a adding resources to that like on-prem. It's kind of like a little bit time-taking process. And you want like a performance improvement on something, and you need like more CPUs that need to be like uh, you need a lot of approvals, and a lot of teams need to be involved, and a lot of testing need to be there. And whenever like you want to tune something, it's like you want to create some indexes, or like you want to put like a set of data, or market actually how it is going right now is like mostly most of the companies, I can speak of like my previous 3 4 companies. So what they do is like they just put like some just like a user readable data, and they can just go ahead and like pull the information faster way. And it can be in like load balancers. So backend can be like most of the systems. Even though some reports can like take like more than 1 second, some reports can take like more than like a few seconds. So when like we are talking about the performance optimization in cloud, coming to the cloud, resources can add very easily, scale up and scale down. And it's definitely it comes with a cost. So a report you are trying to pull, it can take like a 1 minute or like 5 minutes. So it was taking like 5 minutes, and I'm paying like almost like 5 minute report, hardly like 50 cents or like 5 cents. Let me put it in that way. So and when I like want to improve that the particular performance to that like from the 5 second to like milliseconds, and the cost is going up to almost like $2. So how many times the report can pull? How like I gonna take the decision on like a performance optimization? And that is like a kind of like little bit like a crucial thing. And I can suggest with my experience, whenever this like a 4 items actually cost also I would like to add there. You won't take any decisions, better like use like back and forth communication, and you are like already experienced in that domain or like environment, you can take decisions like a fractionally, but like, because you already been experienced. If like any newcomer like want to like into this field, like just like focus on these 3 things. And um, and most of the places, it's DevOps is been implemented, and then everybody talking about the pipelines. So it's like a, we need like integrated with the existing data pipelines, and whatever you want to do like betterment of the existing pipelines. Um, so um, maybe I can speak of like mostly like Terraform. So Terraform is like kind of like booming right now. That can be like little bit I can add on to like if like somebody wants to pick up in this a little bit like knowledge and like pipelines or anything. And going to the next slide. Okay. How the like AI transforming challenge? So organizations are like struggling to unlock the full potentials of their data investments. Cost. So how they're gonna like means the full potential is like that. By going back to like my previous example, you need to be balanced. You need to be like cost balanced and performance balanced, and you need to take decisions. So traditional approaches to data analytic and visualizations are too slow and complex for today's fast-paced business environment. Yes, I agree that. Earlier, whenever like somebody wants any report or anything, somebody has to prepare the report, somebody has to code that and test it in like lower environments and put it in like a production. And the visualizations can be like uh, there will be add-ons. And I'm a like nice like a developer. I wrote like nice query and going to the like visualizations, people goes with the color. Trust me, industry like a lot of people I work with, like they are like go with the best colors, and the report should looks like phenomenal, and that's all like that can attract and like people can focus on it. Maybe, but that's the reason. Maybe like people wants like very attractive reports. And today I was like industry in like 17 years, like 10 years ago, like people can wait for like certain things to take decisions, but like this is in, we are in like a rapid phase and they want to take the business decisions very fast. So very fast phase. So somebody want like somebody cannot wait like a long time to get like some reports. And yeah, definitely can upgrading ourselves to that like AI tools that definitely can help like our jobs, and we can upskill ourselves. Especially enterprise face significant technical hurdles in managing drives data sources. So what happening is earlier like cross domain and joining the data and preparing the prepare a report, it was like a was like bottleneck. And now we are able to like just pull like as I said, like we can pull like multiple data sources and pull the report and like provide the information. Um, Means like who are like new to this industry, so definitely focus on like lot of like data sources and how the like fabric is going to pull the data and trying to analyze. It's mostly analytic tool fabric means that's what I want to put it in a way. It's like mostly analytic tool and providing like accurate data. So whenever like you're like somebody is analyzing for us, we can like give the data and going back to like providing data, and you need to like make sure what kind of data you are providing, what kind of like security layers on that, and are you like maintaining that like guidelines of the company. So ensuring data quality at scale, yes, quality should be the like it's a first priority. So if like I'm asking like okay, give me the like sales report of August, that should be like if it should be like from August 1 to August 31st, midnight to like like end of the day, and that kind of data I needed. And when it comes to the quality, I just want to go back to like one of the example. There was a report came, and it was in like Excel. So when I'm trying to like load the data into the system, into the like SQL Server, I'm seeing like I use like two approaches. Two approaches are like showing like different data total. When I did like sum the all the particular column, it is getting like a different results. It should be some, and I went to like I seen. So what I did the mistake when what I did is like I just want to do like a flat file data load. I just made it as like CSV and pull the data. So there was like symbols, means like if it is like financial documents, it can be dollar sign, rupees, and whatever it is, and some of the minuses are there. So whenever I use the CSV and it did not like pick up correctly, when it put the data source as like a Microsoft like a certain version of the like Excel, and it pick up the right data. So whenever like we are talking about the quality, so you need to make sure like if like whatever like the data is coming up, is it a right really number? Industry goes with the number. So whenever like some report comes, like some you are building, like just you need to be like make sure the quality of the data is the quality of the data, quality of the report, and is it accurate? Accuracy also is important. And extracting actionable intelligence from the West databases. So actually, I can say like West data sets. Um, so Right now, it gives like a combination like on-prem, cloud, and other data sources. So mostly I can suggest here is like a better you get like knowledge on like little bit what other data sets can do, how the like data is like a can be like combined, and that's kind of like a little bit of knowledge would be like definitely help. And integrating disparate systems within the Microsoft Fabric ecosystem from Azure Data Lake Storage to Synapse Analytics and Power BI. So Fabric ecosystem, uh, it can be like a from from it will pull the data from the Azure Data Lake. So and it's already like analytic data, and it can sometimes it can pull like data from the Power BI, and it can store the data. And it's like a whenever like you are putting like more data and more giving then like more analytic chances, and the data quality can be like definitely improve, and often leads to solid data and um, some manual processes. So when like somebody if like somebody saying that okay I want like something like pull some data, and just make sure how you integrate it, especially like how you integrate it with like Microsoft Fabric, and just like a double check on that, that would be great, that I think of it. And AI is emerging the solution and transforming how enterprise visualize, analyze, and act on the data across Microsoft-centric environments. I just want to correct it here, like it's yes, Microsoft tools we are talking about. Yeah, definitely some of the data sources can be non-Microsoft. So I just want to say like, okay, you are like a AWS SQL Server. So yes, my SQL Server is Microsoft, but like your like missions are using in AWS. So automating complex tasks. So whenever like some it's like now industry is like more towards automation. I just want to take a some time we discuss about automation. So industry being like behind automation since a decade. Any manual task like which are like repeating several times, and industry experts are always like okay try to find a like a automated process. When automation is done, automation can take I'll just take an example. So I'm executing some writing like a SQL query every time. It is taking like 1 minute of my time, and try to put it as like stored proc and try to executing it, and multiple store procs, let me put it that way. So multiple store procs and trying to pull the report. um, so whenever like I'm using every time I'm like manually and going checking, and it is taking like less than 5 minutes. If I want to automate that, that can take up to 1 hour. And when it's definitely industry experts can suggest go ahead with the like automation, because once you automate it, when you compare like a 5 minutes to 1 hour, it definitely 5 minutes can be like a small number, but like every day you're using 5 minutes now into X like yeah, a number of days, right? So if you can like automate that, and it can be like a provide like its report, and every time you can rely on it, it can be like it can be done. Whenever you are automating some things, and what kind of like complexity they are having, like how like it's like a you need to like okay if the step one is failed, what exactly it has to do, if step five is failed, what exactly it has to do, and you need to train that automation process, and you can be like reliant automation. So enhancing predictive capabilities and providing real-time insights. So whatever just said, and you are like transforming how enterprise visualization is needed, how you want to analyze, how you want to act across the data sets, like across like a Microsoft centric or like AWS centric, or like how you are automating complex tasks and enhancing predictive capabilities. And it was doing by a human earlier, and AI is like taking over. Like I means like not everything taking over. So portion of your like a workload can be shared by AI, and it can help you on all these things. Okay, I am going to that like discussing about the visualization. I just want to make sure is there any questions pop up. Okay. So how the AI enhancing the data visualization? One is like natural language queries. So user can ask any question in plain English, and I just want like a pull a certain data. I just like writing. So how many hours I worked in this week? You just like giving that to the copilot. It can give like some stats. It just normal English I entered, and I want to pull like how to pull like a sales report, and it can give like some guidance. And you want specifically you want to pull a certain data, and how much we spend on like a specific a certain licensing, and you want to type okay how much I spent on Microsoft licenses last month, and it's like just simple words. And especially this is can be like it can be like a low maybe I need to correct my word. It can be like any stage of like a person in the a particular company. It can be higher management. It can be the starting level of the person in the company. So like they might just can type like something in into the computer, try to pull the report, and it definitely I can like pull take your like query and try to like visualize into the how you want it. So pulling data like how you gonna like exploration like it want to like pull some say data set and try to like give you accessible to that like visualization data. And especially we are like talking about this can be like it can be used for IT guy, it can be used for like non-technical guy, it can be used like a when we are talking about non-technical means like especially in the industry that can be like stakeholders. So across organization anybody can like pull, just they need to like type in English what they exactly needed, and they just need to, it's not a query but like it's kind of like a question, but it take it as query and it can help you. That's how like natural language queries can help, and AI can like is like way better, way better on this. And smart dashboards. So um, yes, I'm going back again like with the like uh, attractive reports. And whenever like I'm attractive report is coming up, and AI powered like dashboards automatically surface relevant insights and adapt the user behavior patterns and preferences. Here I can say something. So I'm trying to like pull some set of the data continuously, and it can train himself on that. It can expect what exactly I might need it on a certain time on certain day. So if like at the first week of the every month, I can try to pull like last month of like some certain data. So it can like um, what exactly I can say is like uh, it kind of like whatever we are giving the question, it's not exactly just go ahead and answer the question. It can keep that question and save it for like next queries. So if I'm asking some like um, how can I put it in example? Okay, I'll go back to sales again. So last month sale report I pulled in, and I kind of like I'm a mid of the month and trying to pull the like last month report. It will ask, okay, I'm that means I'm pulling like August report, and it kind of like it can expect like my user behavior and how the like how I think, how I training AI with my questions, so it can like analyze me as like a user. And anomaly detection mostly like my co-speaker can speak on this because like it's we need to like um, unusual patterns and some kind of like visualization, or like sometimes we talk about like fraud, sometimes downtime, sometimes errors, opportunities, and suddenly some like there was like there was, it's normally a zigzag is going on, suddenly there was like spike happen, and suddenly some new demand came out, and those are like like anything is like a very new, is like it's kind of like think that okay, it's definitely unusual pattern. Okay, let me see what exactly, and alert the user. Is it like really you want this much? When I'm like trying to pull, okay, how much profit company made today? Is it you, or like is it like what kind of question it is? Like it shouldn't come from this guy, and it's like that intelligent, means it's not just like taking your question and answer, excuse me, it can detection, it can like detect your question. Okay, it's some, it just making sure, okay, it's like a suddenly kind of like its question is coming. Is it like a scammer? Is it like some kind of a fraud inquiry? Is it kind of like suddenly like a in the middle of it, it's suddenly lost, and it can alert the user, okay, see, it seems like there is some downtime has happened, just go and check. That's all. So it will like detects that way. And yes, I know, like it just want to read out this like because I like this, like all the wordings. This AI enhanced visualization capabilities within the Microsoft Fabric ecosystem leverage advanced machine learning and data processing techniques. So this is using advanced machine learning like data processing techniques, and that natural language queries utilize sophisticated NLP models, uh, natural language platforms and models, Azure cognitive services for initiative data interactions, and smart dashboards dynamically adapt using machine learning. So like smart dashboards always like tell about your experience. So it can like, if I see like a dashboard, I can clearly can say like how we understand the data. I and definitely I gonna talk about experience, but how you understand the data, how we are building that like a smart dashboard, it's definitely it's matter there. And integrating with Azure machine learning and Synapse Analytic for proactive insights. So whenever like we're gonna cost and analyzing, we are like a we are on top of it. We can take like a proactive decisions on that. And anomaly detection employs statistical and machine learning models deployed via Azure machine learning. So AMLs we are talking here, most of the people are like in the industry is using AMLs. So I can like that's why like we wanna like, it's like mostly we gonna focus on like AMLs next, and integrated the data pipelines as I said earlier. And it is like always like data pipelines for real-time monitoring and alerts. So the alert should be comfort like what happened today, comfort like what happened like in a minute ago, like that. I don't want like something alert, okay, last week there was something happened. So that should be like real-time monitoring should happen, and based on that we can take the decisions. And this is like pillar number one. So visualization we talked about, and we are going with 1 second. What happened? Okay. So AutoML revolution. Um, AutoML platforms are like transforming machine learning accessibility, reducing time to like value over 50% across diverse business scenarios. So yes, I agree with the number. It is like overly 50%. It is like reducing a lot of like areas, and sales for forecasting automation. So I just want to make sure like what my sales can be like in like September. It will take the market trend. It will take like a the history of the data last year, and it will take like a current history, means like what happened in this year, and how the customers like towards like the specific sale item or anything, and this can be like forecast everything, and it can do that like automation, and it will definitely reduce, at least I can say like it is like over 50%. I cannot pick a number, but like definitely it is like much better than over 50%. So 50, like not exactly 50%, like it can be beyond that. And quality control optimization. So quality control optimization, it's keep on learning, keep on learning, and it is giving like best quality of the data. So even I was like playing with like these tools, like it's been like more than like 3-4 years, and it is like a keep on like enhancing that quality. And customer behavior protection, it's POI data always like useful for every company, and based on like POI data, like you can what the trend is going on, what your existing customer can expect is behavior, and what like a future customer behavior you can uh, using like same POI data, and generate some reports, and you can predict something market like for future market. And risk assessment modeling. So whenever like we are talking about like something like open up like we are like opening up the floodgates, like we need to make sure about how the risk assessment gonna work. Like so risk assessment modeling, definitely it's internal taking decisions, and how you gonna like put your uh, data, and how you gonna put like some certain things to that user. Yes, definitely we need to make sure of that. And I'm going with like a pillar number 3. So unified analytic platforms. And first I'm going to talk about like the 50 number, and it is like reducing like data prep time. It is, as I said, like 50 is like it's not like 50%. If like I can pick a one example, there was like a data preparation one. It used to take like a means like a lot of data sets, and we are used to merge, and it used to take like a preparation my 18 hours. I don't want to put it in like an exact number, but it is in hours. And now it came down to like less than 1 hour. So if you compare that one, it can be like somewhere like okay, definitely more than like a reduced time like to that 60-70 or like 18-80%. But um, this is like AI tools definitely like helping like reducing like data preparation time. So um, especially most of the people manually they try to like save their time, not to spend like spending on like pulling some reports manually. And if you can like some certain like a portion of the data, if you can like predefined, that can be definitely like it can reduce the prep time, and it can save your time. And yeah, time is matters in the IT industry, so yeah, definitely this can help. And it is the number it means it's the number can be vary, so it's not accurate. I just pick up a number, and it's like definitely like faster insight delivery. And unified platforms leverage automated data preparation and processing, accelerate insight delivery. So whenever like I want to like deliver a report or like deliver something to take some decision, but like somebody, and I need to be like faster. So I cannot take like some like okay, my vice president came and asked me like okay, just pull a certain report and send me that, and I cannot spend like a day two or like something to send it to him, because they need to take like a faster manners decisions, and that can help the industry. So Microsoft Fabric serves as the robust foundation for scalable automation and empowering organizations to build comprehensive analytic solutions that span the entire data lifecycle. So it is analytics as running on the platforms, and it is reducing the time, and it is giving the like faster deliveries, and it is helping the industry. Um, I just try to hand out next slide to like my co-speaker, and he can pick up from the like pillar number 4. Vikram, you can take over.
Sure. Thanks, Arun, for the detailed explanation. So I think we are already on top of our. I will not take much time, but at the same time, I will try to cover the remaining parts of the slides. Uh, Thanks, Arun, for passing it on to me. It's very informative and very descriptive throughout the session, like we went over. Yeah, I want to go to start with the yeah, he covered most of the AI. What are all the challenges we had before implementing the AI, and what kind of drawbacks, or how we can utilize the AI and enhance the improve the performance and enhance the capabilities within the data for real time reporting and for faster analysis and faster decision makings, right? And in similar way, like how these LLMs are used, I I will go over that and how it will benefit in the real time world. How the organization can utilize and reduce the cost and improve the performance. So, and AI can be used not just by the technical persons, right? Like it is used across the enterprise, any business users or any non-technical people as well. So that's all. Like LL, as we know that LLMs, large language models, those are kind of a type of artificial intelligence trained systems that will understand and process the just and generate the human like languages. It understands the things and it generates the human like things, right? So how this is useful in our enterprise things, like as he mentioned, like uh, it can be more of a conversational interface kind of thing, right? Like for using that LLMs, we can make the analytics very fast. It is accessible to all the users, all different kind of skill levels. It not need to be a technical person. It can be of business user. They no need to write a query or SQL query or a Python query, or they no need to build a DAX report, right? So using this Microsoft Fabric and leveraging this semantic layer within the Microsoft Fabric and Azure Cognitive Services, LLM are more useful in a conversational way for generating any reports, and it can be used in for code generation as well. So it is LLMs are very much intelligent to generate the code because it is trained in a how LLMs are trained. They are trained in a deep learning, right? Like on a massive data, we we give the lot of they are trained on a massive data, like uh, I mean, large set of data sets of text and code from different articles, right? And then they give them, it enables them to learn patterns and provide it in the natural language. So that's how it reduces the like code generation process. We no need to work on hours and hours for developing the code. So it and also it reduces any technical barriers if we have. We LLMs can generate Python scripts or even the data transformations, and it can write the SQL queries for data extractions. It even can write the Power BI DAX formulas as well to within and streamline the ETL process in within Synapse Analytics and Power BI environments. So LLMs are kind of useful in a conversational interface and also intelligent code generation as well. In a like it using these LLMs, we can improve the productivity, right? How we can improve, like the users or the business the people who are sitting on the business roles, they no need to pull the report every day and see that. They just, in the natural language, they can just type, like using the copilot in Power BI. Not in even Power BI, they no need to go even to the Power BI. If some of any of the developer shares any Power BI reports in the Microsoft Teams, they can just click on that and ask, okay, in this area, how much is the sales? Was it reduced from prior quarter? So they can do the reconciliation process as well, quarter over quarter. So that much capable enough to, uh, we can utilize these LLMs in a bigger way, and that will reduce the analytical time, and he no need to spend hours and hours to do the analytics on those reports. He just, whatever the questions he have in mind, he can just type in and get the results of that report. So all this, so just to read out, if any of the listeners are on the mobile, right? LLMs facilitate rapid data discovery, automated summary generation. See, report summary generation. It advances scenario analysis by processing complex data narratives, allowing both data scientists and business users to derive actionable intelligence and more efficiently. Right? As I mentioned, he no need to go over the report and hover over the data or on the data points. He no need to do all those things. He just, the users can just ask question like, in this area, what was the sales in this quarter? Why the sales got reduced in this quarter? So something like that. So the AI LLMs behind the scenes, it's will produce the results using that report data. Yeah, can you go on to the next slide, please? So yeah, um, how this real world impact, how it is impacting in the real world, right? Uh, it impacts in different sectors, right? It's not just in the financial domain or in the retail domain. It We can utilize, leverage the AI in different sectors of the within the enterprise level, right? So if you take the financial sector, right, most of the financials in US, like all the banks need to now they need to do the federal regulatory reports. That is for Fed stress testing and all, right? To assess the risk associated to the loans they have provided, whether it can be commercial loans or it can be corporate and industrial loans, CRE or CNI, or it can be syndicate loans as well, right? The financial services, every financial bank will provide the regulatory reports to the Fed. So to do that assessment, before even submitting the reports to the federal regulatory, within the bank, internal assessment can be done, right? For that, it improves the lot of, I mean, not just submitting the reports to the Fed, right? Even within the financial sector, starting from the loan approval, right? You no need to assess the risk, doing the facts check of his history and all. Using this AI, it can easily give the assessment and do the analysis and provide us the assess, whether the loan applied is risk, is anything associated with the risk, right? So with that, it can reduce, using this AI we can reduce almost like 60%, 60% of the time. And also we can not just simply approving it, right? We have to maintain the compliances as well. by following the strict policies and within the compliance itself, we can reduce that much of time using this AI. And uh, that involves like a lot of building secure data pipelines within the Azure Data Lake storage and Databricks, and developing sophisticated risk model using Azure data machine learning, ensuring data governance and regulatory adherence, right? So when I say like regulatory reporting, there are a lot of things involved in it, right? Like uh, so for starting from building the report, to build a report, it's not just providing the report to the Fed, right? Starting from the data ingestion onwards, we can utilize the AI. How? Like it AI can automate the mapping process. Earlier, we used to do the documentation of what is the source data, what is the target data, what kind of mapping we got it from the source team, right? So all those things, instead of spending too much time on the data mapping or for the data ingestion process, AI will automatically maps the data from multiple source systems. That can be done in the enterprise data fabric, right? Using the in Azure enterprise data fabric, this AI automates the mapping, and it will detect the if there are any mismatches between source to target. It will ML models can able to detect the mismatches between source and target, and it can flag the anomalies. Like what is when I say anomalies, like the source data can be having nulls, right? The raw data will come with lot of as I said, I enjoy playing with the raw data, right? We see different kinds of data. Sometimes they send the special characters, the dollar symbols, or the data comes from the other country, right? So all those things it can flag. The ML models, the agents, ML agents can detect the anomalies present in the raw data, and it will help the developer, or in the I mean I cannot say the developer, it will help the data engineers or whoever is ingesting the data or doing the pipelines. It can I'm telling you, like it can reduce approximately 40-50% of time, development time. So, and the quality of the data can be improved using this AI, right? And as I said, like the missing values or the duplicates or any outliers within the data, it can be if there is any inconsistent data as well, the quarter over quarter or month over month, right? If there is any inconsistent, like the number of loans, the number of records got less compared to last month, it can do. We don't need to write a manual Python Python code or a SQL query to pull the comparison between quarter over quarter or months, right? The with the models we have trained in using this AI LLMs and MI models, we can we can utilize these AI models and get that consistent tracking done, and and reduce the time for analyzing those outliers within the data. And before even submitting to the federal regulatory, we can do that. The regulatory will provide on a quarterly basis. They will change the rules of the fields which we are submitting to the Fed, right? So AI can keep track of those changes, what and to align with the regulatory rules. It will track those changes, and provide us the source, what they are expecting, what is the out what is the output we generated. And that will really reduce lot of time in resubmitting the processes. Lot of times in the on a quarter end basis, like we are not just submitting one time, right? We do multiple submissions, we do multiple draft submissions kind of things. So instead of repeating work, instead of redoing the work multiple times, using this AI LLMs, we can trace with with before even generating the first report, and trace those anomalies and fix that, remediate those issues before even generating the Power BI reports, right? And also how this AI can be used in our, just to give an example, right? Like uh, any anything, like any regulatory report, whether it can be 14Q or 14M or syndicate LCSCs, anything, for any kind of reports, it can be used, starting from data ingestion to to maintain the integrity and follow the compliance, and in the governance as well, right? So these can be used in multiple ways, this AI in the uh, in financial sector. Similarly, if I go on to speak about the manufacturing sector, so AI can be used. How it can be used? It can it can predict the maintenance of the machines or the equipment downtime. It can do, it can predict the maintenance of any machines, and it can reduce the downtime of that machine or that equipment. So that will you how it can be achievable? Using this Azure IoT hub was used to ingest the real-time sensor data, which was then processed by custom Azure Machine Learning, providing actionable insights for proactive maintenance schedules. So, for proactively maintaining the machines, this AI and this AIML can be used, which will reduce the downtime of any equipment. That can be used in the manufacturing sector. Similarly, in retail sector, AI power demand, in retail sectors, the demand forecasting is very much useful. uh, by forecasting what's happening uh, in the near future, we can reduce the cost, and improve the customer satisfaction as well. So when it comes to the retail, it's all about the customer satisfaction and how much we can save, right? It will definitely save the time, yeah, save the cost, and also improve the customer satisfaction. So that can be achieved using this machine Azure machine learning for predictive models, right? And ingestion with Azure Synapses analyticals for large scale data processing, scales and inventory systems. So like this, we can use this AI in cross sector applications in the real world. Yeah, Arun, can you go on to the next slide, please? Yeah. Yeah, just to go over the benefits of how benefits by integrating this AI, as Aaron uh, went over what are all the challenges before implementing the AI, and what kind of how much time they are taking for deployments and all those things he went over, right? That all those challenges can be overcome using these AI integrations, right? In the corporate environment, or not even corporate, in our day-to-day life as well. Like, we can integrate AI, but it should not replace us. But we can, with the help of AI, we can achieve the things very very much faster than what we are how much time we are consuming right now, right? So those things, like, it can be used for faster decision making, and doing the inclusive analytics process, and also to scale automation, and also to automate the process, right? Like we went over, like, any user, not just a technical person, any user, any business user, or a non-technical person in the corporate environment, any system admin or anybody can write in his natural language, or give a prompt with in his own language, to give the expected results, right? That can be achieved using this Azure cognitive services and large LLMs integrated within the Microsoft fabrics. allowing users to pose queries in plain English and translate complex data exploration into intuitive conversation without requiring any SQL, Python, or any DAX knowledge. And using this AI integrated approach, it provides the enterprise-wide AI deployment and management. It unifies the data warehouse, data engineering, real-time analytics, and business intelligence, allowing for seamless orchestration AI/ML workflows from data ingestion and transformation to model deployment monitoring across the organization entire data estate. Like we spoke just before, not just generating the reports and getting the summary of the report or from the user perspective, right? It can be used across the enterprise, starting from the non-technical person uh, for the user who provides the business requirement, who gives the data, who provides the business requirement, and who is a non-technical and has to create the user story also can use this AI and generate that user stories. And using this Microsoft Fabric uh, integrated approach, we can also automate this data warehousing and data engineering, real-time analytics possible. So all this can be automated within this Microsoft Fabric, Microsoft Fabrics tools. Similarly, for decision making, right? For fast, we need to make, as Arun mentioned, in this world, we have to make the things faster. Nobody is here to wait for days and days and months, right? Everybody wants quick decisions, and that too with the proper quick with proper solution, and it has to be a proper decision that can be achievable using these AI augmented tools in real time insight and reduce time from data to decision across all organization level by leveraging Azure Stream Analytics for real time data ingestion and processing, coupled with Azure Synapses for analytics purpose. High performance querying organizations can achieve near instances insights and accelerate the path from raw data to actionable business decisions. All this can be achieved using this Azure Fabrics and Synapse Analytics. For all this different kind of Azure tools, we can use this for faster decision makings by integrating this AI within this Azure Fabrics tools. Can you go on to the next slide, please? Yeah, how we can overcome the limitations of AI, addressing the AI limitations, right? There will be data governance challenges and oversight requirement. So, so establishing robust data governance framework is crucial to ensure AI model operate within the compliance boundaries and maintain high data quality standards. This involves implementing solutions like Azure Purview for unified data governance, enabling data discovery, classification, and lineage tracking, right? So Azure Purview is one of the thing which can be used for data governance purpose. It is used it is used for discovering data. It works as a data governance solution. Azure Purview or Microsoft Purview is used for unified data governance solution. uh, it scans the enterprise data sources and builds a searchable catalog, and also it shows the data lineage, how data flows across the system within the enterprise, ETL to data warehouse to Power BI, right? And also it defines who can access the data and how it is used, the enterprise data, what kind of rules they have, the person. And so using this Azure Purview, the data governance policies are being implemented. Basically, data regulatory compliance, data lineage for audit, data migration projects, data quality and remediation. All these things can be achieved using this Azure purview. It can be the limitations of AI can be achieved using this Azure purview. Yeah. Similarly, like continuous monitoring and validation process are essential for maintaining model accuracy and preventing bias in AI driven decisions, right? Like when I say like we need to take the decisions fast, when the decisions has to be ve- should not be wrong, right? When we take the decisions, it has to be accurate and it cannot be biased. So to prevent those things, these continuous monitoring and validation process are essential in any organizations, anything, anywhere, not just in organizations, anywhere in real time also. When we take the quick decisions, there might be chances for missing the few things, few facts which we will not consider when we take the first decisions. But using this continuous monitoring and validations, it can we can take the right decisions, right? That can be achieved when within the data. How it can be achieved using the Azure machine learning and ML ops capabilities for automated retraining, performance tracking, and anomaly detections, and implementing A/B testing for model versions. So all this can be achieved in the limitation. We can be addressed using this Azure Purview and Azure machine learning models. Can we go on to the next slide, please? Yeah, I think we are on top of the hour, but I will quickly go over this how we can implement and what is the current state in the of the organizations, how we can a how what are all the A capabilities and how we can scale and optimize the processes, right? Like so to implement the AI Microsoft Fabric synopsis and synopsis and tools, we have to not just go and implement as is, right? We have to evaluate, assess the process, what is the existing process, right? Assess your existing Microsoft Fabric ecosystem, including data lakes, warehouse, and BI solutions, and identify the opportunities uh, for integrating this AI by analyzing the data quality and current analytical bottlenecks, and use the tools Microsoft Purview or Azure Monitor, Azure catalogs for the performance metrics, and evaluate all those existing process and before we even implement it. So what are all the capabilities? Start with the how we can implement it, right? With the low risk, but it should be high impact, right? And keys demonstrate value, implement initial AI solutions using target service like Azure machine learning for model training and deployments, and then Azure Databricks for scalable data processing, and for Power BI for enhanced visualization. Like this, we can go from low risk uh, to to impact in a high way. How we can scale and optimize, right? And expand successful pilot across the enterprise by adding ML ops practices with Azure DevOps and continuous integration and development. Establish robust governance framework using Microsoft Purview for data policy and enforcement implementation. So, like we spoke, all these things like data governance and uh, data traceability and monitoring, all this can be achieved using this Azure DevOps for continuous integration and deployments, right? All this can be achieved using this Microsoft Azure Azure tools, Fabric tools, right? So that we can implement slowly by evaluating the current process and implementing in a low risk environment to the high impact area. Yeah. Next slide, please. Can you go on to the next slide, Adi? Yeah, yeah. These are the takeaways. I just want to go over like whatever we went over by implementing this. What kind of impact we have by, and what are all the approaches we took. What are the four pillar approach and governance first, right? These are the takeaways. Like by integrating AI, we will deliver 50 to 70% of improvement in time and insight delivery across the enterprise environment. This is powered by accelerated data process using Azure Synapse Analytics and streamlined model. Machine learning significantly reduce manual effort and process time from raw data to actionable insights. Yeah, as we go went over, the four pillar approach is one of the things in Power BI visuals. Uh, Azure machine learning, ML, AutoML is used for analytical platforms, unified analytical platforms, and advanced natural language processings via Azure AI service. And this established robust oversight and governance framework also, whatever we discussed, right? Azure machine learnings, ML ops practices within Azure ensure bias detection and continuous validations are the things which will be helpful in data governance and things like that by implementing these AI capabilities in the Microsoft Azure fabrics. These are the takeaways from these sessions. Like, can you go on to the next? These are the things we would like to discuss here. Yeah, next slide, please, Sarah.
Yeah, it's done. Vikram.
Okay. Yeah, I think that is the end. Thank you so much for having us to speak in this session, and it's very much I'm honored to speak in this session. Like, if there are any questions or anything, you can take it.
Yep. Thank you. Thank you, Vikram. And I would like to thanks for having us today and share our experiences and what industry, where it is going with this like Microsoft Fabric. If like anybody uh, wants to try like a Microsoft Fabric to like put it like some analytics, and if you want to give it a try, yeah, try. And if is there any questions, and yeah, please ask now. If you miss, just like post it in like LinkedIn. We can definitely try to improve ourselves, and we try to answer, and we learn from that. Yep. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much. Feel free to connect on our LinkedIn, and we are happy to dive into conversations with any technical professionals. Yeah, thank
Yep.
you so much. I'd like to convey thanks for Arun
Yep.
and
Thank you, everyone. Yep.
yeah.
Thank you, Vikram. Thanks for like accepting speaking with me today and sharing your